We are making jigs today. And it's already done. Boom. Done instantly. So I'm just gonna hold a little bit longer because it takes about 10 seconds for them to be fully dry. So we're gonna open this up. Actually did pretty good for the first one. The one half did not do as good as I thought it did right down the side. Yeah. This one did good though. Really, really good.
Okay.
Look at that. Isn't that cool? Stand up, clipper right there. Weed guard. 3/8 did great. It filled all the way. Again, did great. There's a little bit conjoining right there, but I think we might just need to get a little bit hotter. I think it'll be okay. I'm doing this 3/8 ounce football jig. It's one of my favorite size of jigs ever. This one right here, I'm doing the brush jig. Brush jig is done. I'm doing that one, football jig now. Did pretty good. Actually, the football jig did great, actually. But I think also you just get one of those metal files, and you can file down that top right there. It's a little, you kind of feel it, but the paint, I think the paint would actually kind of stick better. So you kind of want to hear that snap whenever you close it. It makes a better seal. But I'm gonna do this one right here. This is the 1/2. And done. Plus, doing this also makes your molds hotter too, which is always better, which means you get more consistent and better pours. Same thing kind of with soft plastics. First 1/2 ounce jig did perfectly, but I'm gonna try a triplet. Try to do three at once. We'll see. Wrong way. Done. Don't know exactly how well those all did. Oh, good. All at the same time. That one kind of did a little bit of flashing. I'll show you in a minute what flashing means. Flashing is whenever you have a little bit of lead on the other side, which means it was kind of open. But you can kind of see right here on the side, that's flashing. Right there.
We can scrape that off.
Just get kind of your wire, or just kind of nail file, just kind of bend it, pull it off. This is all different sizes. This one's 3/4. This one's probably about a 3/8, 1/2. Big one, 3/8. So you have our heat on 7 up there. Let's try it now. That came out really, really hard. Oh, dried enough. And a little bit of flashing, but I don't think that'll be a big problem. That one took a lot longer to cool, so that might be better. That'll definitely probably be a good one. Well, it actually did. It looks like it did pretty good. Yep, that one did just fine. I'm gonna do this for about 20 seconds. There, look at that. See it? That is very, very hot, guys, by the way. Supposed to set this in here for about 20 seconds. I'm not counting, I'm just kind of estimating. So what we did was we did 4 green pumpkin, 4 black, and 4, what's it called? PB&J. That's PB&J, green pumpkin. This one right here is black. Make sure all it's pretty much separated. These are finished product jigs. We're making some jigs here today. It's the PB&J, and this is another one that we have made. We're making some jigs. Let me show you how to do that. We're going to be putting those on these jigs that we have made and painted. They are made from lead. I just got to figure out what color I want to put on there first. I think I kind of want it like that. So, this is our fishing skirt making tool. Take one of these competition skirts, but these little rubber bands that are a little bit smaller, and you slide it up over this gray piece right here. Not this one. This one. It'll only really fit one way, and you can turn and whatever, but it's just kind of tough to slide it up on there. But once you get it, it'll be okay. So take that piece off. It will also come with like this little hook with a circle. You stick it through the big oval end, kind of like that, and then you find the way how your skirt's to be made. I like to do is I like to find the very, very middle of it as best I can, and I slide it up the shank of my hook, and I just kind of keep doing that for all of them, at least for 3. They say you're supposed to do 3. We're going to experiment later with 4. So you kind of like that, and you pull them down, or sort of like this, and I just kind of pull them, kind of where they're kind of like that. And on the side, they have little numbers. I think what they are is like, it says 1/0 right there, 2/0, 3/0, and 4/0. This one's going to be going on this hook. It's a 3/8 ounce football stand-up jig from Do It Molds. It's kind of the stand-up. It's not completely round right here, kind of like this one. That's a brush jig, but it's a 3/8 ounce size with a 3/0 hook. So you pull it to about, I think personally, it's about 2.5 to 3. And I like to pull it just a little bit less because you want to make sure it's kind of even in the middle. Sometimes you can make it a little bit less. Then what you do is you just kind of slide this O-ring thing off the end of it, like that. Oh, kind of popped over twice. There, good now. And then you just kind of slide it back through, pop it, and there you go. You just made your skirted end of it. And then what you kind of do, you just kind of grab your skirt like this, and then you just kind of cut the tabs into a tray or not tackle box, trash can. Cut tabs as close as you can to the actual body. You can kind of flare them out or whatever you want to do to it, but I prefer to do it like this, one at a time. Some people like to do all 4 or 6 of them at a time. I kind of like to do one at a time. I just think personally it's better that way. You can get more even cuts with it, and you can also be able to get it a little bit easier. So we have not put on the weed guards yet. I don't really know if we're supposed to put on the weed guards, but I'm not going to right now. I'm going to do that later in progress to these. I'm not going to show y'all how to do that because that takes a little bit more steps to do it. You can kind of see one of them is not very even, which you can always come back and you can always cut that kind of the way how you want it. But what you do is you kind of line it up to where they're all kind of even or across, and if you have certain colors in there, if it's all not one color, you have certain colors on top or certain colors wherever, you kind of put it to where those certain colors are where you want them to be. And I kind of want this blue to kind of be on top, and then a green or black to be on the bottom. So you kind of slide it to where this is on the bottom, and it'll slide up to your hook, kind of like that. Now I'm going to do that right about now. If I can be able to find the inside of it. There it is right there. You just kind of slide through, and you can kind of see the hook's already starting to penetrate out. And you just kind of keep sliding that up there. And then this has a little weed guard right here. Might be able to take a little hook keeper right there. This one has a lead one. You can also clip out this little piece right here, but I'll just kind of windmill this thing through like that. But you have to slide it up over this piece, and then once you get to that there, check your jig to make sure that it is exactly where you want it to be. Find where it is. I want it to be about right there. So what you do is you just kind of, and there, right. Because I like the way the PB&J is, because it's a longer skirt, but also the top layer is a little bit longer, so it looks like you might have to go down to a, because the more you pull up here, the more you can get. So I think it was about 2, so I think about 2.5 or upwards to about 3, about right there. But that is about how you make a jig. That right there is your jig. That's the first one that I made. I like this one. Midnight Magic, Watermelon Red Flake, Green Pumpkin in red is this sort of one right here. That kind of one. It's kind of like a darker color. Well, not that one, but you kind of get the gist of it. That's kind of what this one looks like, and it looks kind of good actually, like on my hand. You see a little bit of the blues in there. This is the one of the ones that I made. I kind of like this one. It kind of looks more like a natural color. I kind of like the natural colors. Now this is one of the good ones. It is black and blue flake with Midnight Magic. 1 Midnight Magic and a 3 in the midnight black color. And I think it looks really good. So whenever you're fishing Lake Tawakoni, Palestine, you can really use that darker colored jig, those darker colored waters. This one is the very first one we ever did 4. You might be able to tell. It's kind of easier to tell. But this is the first one we ever started doing 4. And I kind of like it. If you want more of a compact, heavier body jig, you do. I have paired up my jigs that I have made recently. This one is the Nightcrawler. I have made the weed guard, put the hook in, painted the jig, and put the skirt on with the rubber band. But I have it paired up with a Guggen Baits Rattle and Chunk, and this color is Nightcrawler. And you're looking at the jig, not the soft plastic. Number 2, I have Midnight Blue. It's black on the back, blue in the front, and all of these have weed guards. They're all perfectly made, are ready to go fishing. I have it paired up with a Nuke Punch and Okeechobee Craw, blue on the front, green pumpkin, black on the back. Number 3, it's kind of like a little finesse jig, but a heavier one. I have it paired up with about 3/4 to half a Nuke Punch in black and blue flake, and it is called Black Back. This one is P&B Craw. Means it's, well, PB&J, which is the thread, like this orangish green pumpkin with like a purple, and then the black, and then the B is for black and blue thread, wire stuff. Can't remember the soft plastic called. I think it's called BRAX, but this is a P&B Craw. I have it paired up with Mardi Gras. I have it paired up with a Strike King Rage Menace and Green Pumpkin Candy. and it is, I like this one a lot actually. That's probably one of my favorites. This one is just called regular. It's just regular green pumpkin, nothing really special to it. It is up with a Rage Craw, I believe what this one is. And it is a dark green pumpkin with a lighter green pumpkin. That's all it is. The lighter one's on top, or kind of in the middle, and then the darker one's on the very, very back. This one is called Spring Craw. Is paired up with a Biospawn Vile Craw, or Vile Bug, it's one of two. But it kind of has like some perch type color to it. This one is called PB&J. It is green pumpkin with purple flake, is this one. Then PB&J is the purple with brownish orange, and it's paired up with a Biospawn Vile Craw. It's pretty cool. I like this one. Fished that one a lot. This one is one of my favorites. I have sort of a very similar generation type color on my pole right now, ready to fish for Saturday at Lake Tawakoni. It's called Winter Craw. It kind of has a black color to it. Craws look like this in the wintertime. They have a lot of the black, a little bit of the red. So we're going to be fishing a lot with this color. But it's kind of cool. It has a little bit of black and Midnight Magic type color into it, turned in the front. And it has like a little bit of like a reddish with some orange in there, flecks on the very bottom. This one's called Fall Craw. It's kind of a match between, just kind of looks like a craw in the fall time, fall pattern time. I didn't have any colors to match up with this. I probably could match up the Vile Bug and black and red flake, but instead I paired it up with one of the Berkeley baits that you can get from Walmart. It's like a green pumpkin with some green and purple flake to it. And then this one is called Red Craw. It gets its name from the red patterns in it. There's only red and a little bit of green pumpkin, but it's paired up with it's around about 1/3 of a Rage Craw. I like that one. And those are our jigs, all 11 jigs that we have made.